Schrödinger wave equations. Now the Schrödinger wave equations explains or describes the wave properties of the particles, as well as it also predicts the particle nature of the particles. And this Schrödinger wave equation helps to understand the properties of the electrons and the wave nature properties. And Schrödinger wave equations are two types. One is a time independent wave equation. Time independent wave equation, and there is time dependent wave equations. So these equations are derived, these wave equations of the particles are derived to understand the properties of the electrons and their behavior. And this Schrödinger wave equation clearly explains the properties of the electrons, as well as the wave nature, which is proposed by de Broglie, as well as it also predicts the particle nature of the particles. Okay, so we will see clearly the expression for derivation of time independent Schrödinger wave equation and time dependent Schrödinger wave equation. If we see Schrödinger time independent wave equation, Schrödinger time independent wave equation. Now, in order to derive Schrödinger time independent wave equation for a particle, let us assume a particle of mass m moving with velocity v in space, having coordinates x, y, z at a time t. So let us assume a particle, for easy understanding, let us assume this particle as an electron, which is such charged particle, or nucleus, or atom, or molecule. So this particle is having mass m, moving with velocity in a space, and the particle having coordinates x, y, z at a time t. So in order to derive the Schrödinger time independent wave equation, now we assume the classical wave equation. The classical wave equation. The classical wave equation can be given as del square psi is equal to 1 by v square dou square psi by dou t square. So this equation del square psi is equal to 1 by v square dou square psi by dou t square. We have taken this equation from classical views, and here the del square is given as dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. It represents a Laplacian operator. So it represents Laplacian operator, and this v represents velocity of the particle, and t represents at a time t the coordinates of the particles are x, y, z here, and this psi is called wave function of the particle. So we see later what is this wave function of the particle clearly. So this psi represents wave function of the particle. Now, by using this equation 1, we need to derive Schrödinger time independent wave equation. If you see equation 1, it is dependent on time t. Okay, so we need to replace this t, which is time independent. Okay, so if you see this equation 1, this is it resembles a second order differential equation. So we know that every second order differential equation has some solution. And if you see the general solution of this equation 1 can be given as the general solution of equation 1 is given as psi is equal to psi naught e to the power of minus psi omega t. So from equation, by using equation 2, we get dou square psi by dou t square by differentiating equation 2 twice with respect to time. So if we differentiate equation 2 twice with respect to time, we get, if we differentiate once, we get dou psi by dou t is equal to minus I omega. Psi naught is a constant, therefore you get, if we differentiate it becomes 0. So psi naught into e to the power minus I omega t. If we differentiate twice, we get dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus omega square psi naught e to the power of minus I omega t. So from equation 2, this value becomes psi. So therefore dou square psi by dou t square can be given as minus omega square psi. And in this equation, omega represents angular frequency. So which can be given as omega is equal to 2 pi into frequency. So from this expression we have dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus omega square psi. So before substituting this value in equation 1, we solve this equation further in a simplest way. So we have dou square psi by dou t square is equal to, so omega can be given as angular frequency, which can be given as product of 2 pi into frequency, and this nu represent frequency of the particle here. So we have dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 2 pi into this nu represent frequency. The frequency can be written as in terms of wavelength, can be given as c by lambda. C means a velocity. So here we are consider particle, therefore velocity of the particle can be given as v whole square psi. So squaring we get dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square v square by lambda square psi. Now see, this lambda represents wavelength. So here this lambda corresponds to the wavelength of the particle. So as we already discussed, the particle has some velocity v. So according to de Broglie hypothesis, when a particle possesses velocity, it exhibits wave nature. As it exhibits wave nature, it possesses wavelength, that is called de Broglie wavelength. So the lambda can be written in terms of de Broglie wavelength. So which we have dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square by v square divided by lambda means de Broglie wavelength. So de Broglie wavelength can be given as h by mv whole square psi is equal to minus 4 pi square m square v to the power of 4 by h square into psi. So dou square psi by dou t square can be given as minus 4 pi square m square v to the power of 4 pi h square into psi. Let us assume this equation 3. Substitute this equation 3 in equation 1. Substitute equation 3 in equation 1. So what is equation 1? That is classical wave equation. Del square psi is equal to 1 by v square into dou square psi by dou t square. So from equation 3 we have dou square psi by dou t square is equal to minus 4 pi square m square v to the power of 4 pi h square into psi. So substituting this value in this term, so we get del square psi is equal to 1 by v square into minus of 4 pi square m square v to the power of 4 by h square into psi. V square get cancelled, and if you bring this minus term to the left hand side, it becomes plus. So we have del square psi plus 4 pi square m square v square by h square psi is equal to 0. So we know that the product of mass and velocity can be given as momentum p square. So from momentum we can replace the momentum with kinetic energy. So p can be given as square root of 2m into kinetic energy, or p square can be given as 2m into kinetic energy. Therefore we have del square psi plus 4 pi square into, so m into v means momentum, p square can be given as 2m into kinetic energy. Already we have seen in the last derivation here, and divided p square psi is equal to 0. So therefore in terms of kinetic energy, this equation can be given as del square psi plus 8 pi square m into kinetic energy divided by h square psi is equal to 0. So we know that the kinetic energy can be given as total energy minus potential energy. So you can be given as del square psi plus 8 m pi square m into kinetic energy can be given as total energy minus potential energy divided by h square into psi is equal to 0. And this equation 4 represents Schrodinger time independent wave equation. So this can be given as del square psi, which is del square means dou square by dou x square into psi, plus dou square psi by dou y square, plus dou square psi by dou z square, plus 8 pi square m into e minus v by h square psi is equal to 0. And this equation 4 represents Schrodinger time independent wave equation.